Welcome to the Writing Gym Podcast. We're here to pump up your writing. And now your host, Andi Brixey, personal trainer at the Writing Gym.
Hey there, writers and muse daters. Check out this very special highlight episode with editor and author Ami McConnell, where she's going to give you the top tips for first-time authors on entering today's publishing industry. So, as seeing this through the lens of both an editor and a writer, these industry changes that have been happening over the past few years, do you have some tips for people who are first-time authors or people who are just coming into the industry now as to how to approach it? Or is the way you approach it different than you would have, say 20 years ago?
Well, I would say one thing that I love about being alive in this time is that you, as a writer, are the CEO of your own career. I think in the past, I just watched, who's watched Genius, right? So Genius about, what's the name of the author, the editor who edited Faulkner and Thomas Wolfe, and you guys have seen it probably already. But anyway, the point is, back in the day, you needed an editor in-house in a publishing house if you wanted your book to be published. That is no longer the case. Some of my favorite authors are taking the reins of their career and just saying, to heck with that. Like, I'm going to just create the book that I want, rather than have to go through all the different hoops to get it made. And some of the people who already have a book deal in-house are hybrid publishing, right? They publish their own stuff and they go through a traditional publisher. Or people who are self-publishing are getting picked up by the big publishers, right? That happens so many times, so often. I myself picked up at least 5 books that had been self-published when I was acquiring. So there are different models of publishing now, and every one of those models, the writer is the CEO of her own career. And I love that about this current marketplace. In the past, that was not always the case. It was very dependent. There was a dependent relationship between the author and the editor, or the publishing house, if you will, where it was, where if they don't like me anymore, then my career is over, which is not okay with me, honestly, and I'm glad that time is over. So I think that's an interesting shift in our current marketplace, and I love it. I encourage any author or writer that I work with to embrace that and to see it as an invigorating challenge. That said, you really can't go into it the inverse of that. The responsibility is really there. It's on you to be curious and always ask questions. Nothing is beneath you in the sense of like, I don't need to think about that. So many times I'll hear authors go, well, I'll let the publisher take care of that someday, which is, to a degree, it's an idealistic way of thinking, and I think that's very nice, but it's actually not very pragmatic. You really have to take ownership of all aspects of your career, including your publishing, marketing, your publicity. All those pieces ultimately reside with you. So yeah, that's something that I always like to make sure we have full disclosure on when I'm working with writers.
If you like what you've heard and are interested to see if you're the right fit for the Writing Gym, here's what to do next. Head to www.datewiththemuse.com/publish now and book an appointment to speak with our team. Here's how it works. We'll get on the phone for about 45 minutes and we'll get crystal clear on 3 things: the best way for you to publish, the best way to achieve your publishing dream, and the exact strategy you should be using to reach your publishing goals. Remember, publishing a book well doesn't happen on its own. You need expert guidance to make it happen. We've helped writers all over the world to finish, publish, and sell their novels well, all while sharing their unique story and making the world a better place along the way. To see if we can help you to do the same, head to www.datewiththemuse.com/publish now. I'm Andi, personal trainer over in the Writing Gym, and we'll talk soon. Happy writing. And hey, since you listened all the way to the end of this special episode, here's this week's little quirk of the week. Kind of like a blooper reel, but not. I don't want to be a rat, but Annalisa loves the 1920s and is especially in love with any kind of Art Deco. Thank you so much for listening, and happy writing.